Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers, fans, subscribers, YouTubers around the world, it is I, the Miracle, your Miracle, ElCarim, here with the hottest topics in the sports world, here with smooth Effex reviews, and I am going to talk about the hottest topic in football as of late, and that is the Circus, known as the New York Jets. Let me first talk about Mark Sanchez. Drafted in the first round, 5th overall. The Jets traded their 17th overall pick and their 2nd round pick, along with 3 players to the Browns. That's a lot. Rex Ryan put a lot of faith in you. And what did you do? You gave him a rookie season of 12 touchdowns with 20 interceptions. That's pretty rude. Quarterback rating of 63, man. 63 for a season. It's awful. Second season a little better. The third season showed some promise. 26 touchdowns. Still 18 interceptions, but 26 touchdowns. You had a career high. 57% completion percentage. And, people thinking, maybe this guy might actually pan out to be something pretty good. You just got to make some better decisions, which is very possible. And now, I wrote down here the last 3 games Mark Sanchez had. A few weeks ago, Arizona, 97 yards, 3 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. Jacksonville, 2 weeks ago, 111 yards. Did throw 12 for 19, but still had no touchdowns, but no picks. So I'll give you a little bit of a pass there. But last week, playoff, it was on the line. If you lost, you were out. And what'd you do? Stepped it up with 131 yards and 4 picks. In those 3 weeks combined, you have 339 yards, 7 interceptions, and this many touchdowns. You and me are tied. You know that, Mark? You're a pro. I'm making a free video on YouTube. So I'm very disappointed in you, Mark. A man put his reputation on the line, and you blew it. Now, I'm going to talk about the man he blew it for, and that is none other than the head coach, Rex Ryan. I used to call him the Belly, but the belly has receded, so now I call him Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan, where have you gone wrong? I'm going to tell you where you went wrong, actually. The first poor decision you made was becoming the head coach of the Jets. That was the first one you did. The second bad decision you made was trading up for Mark Sanchez. You did trade a lot. You gave the Browns a pretty decent receiver in Massacre, and you gave them a Pro Bowl center in Alex Mack. And you got a guy who is probably going to be traded in this offseason. That didn't really work out so well. But there is something catchy about this. Do you guys remember who the Cleveland Browns head coach was at this time? Let's think back. 2009. Oh, wait. I remember ex-Jet head coach Eric Mangini. Maybe he knew something about this, and this is his way to screw the Jets back. But I'll leave that for you to ponder. Another poor decision you made. Rex Ryan. You said you want to be more involved in the offense. Why? Why? You're a defensive coach. You did great with the Ravens. Why do you want to be involved in something you're not good at? Stick with what you're good at. This is why you have an offensive coordinator. You have a defensive coordinator. There's not a head coach who is perfectly even on one side. I'm sure every coach either likes offense or defense, one side or the other, to each his own. But stick to defense. You had a top 3 defense for a few years with Mark Sanchez. This year, not so much. Alright, you lost Revis. You have a few rookies playing, I understand. A little transition here for the defense because you did have some old guys. But just stick with the defense, man. Just get a very good offensive coordinator. And honestly, I have another conspiracy theory. I think Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan are getting it on. I think they're sleeping together. That's right. You heard it here. Who else, as a quarterback, gets a 3-year leash. Blaine Gabbert got like a 3-game leash. And he was projected to be better than Mark Sanchez. They were playing kind of the same. So, I mean, cut the umbilical cord. You finally did. Congratulations. But I don't understand why it took 3 years to make this happen. Now, I'm going to move on to the man who's the supposed backup quarterback, second on the depth chart. NFL's personal Jesus, Tim Tebow. Timmy. I feel for you here, man. I really do. I mean, who cares? You had a poor season last year. You had a QBR of 30. You had a completion percentage of about 46. Who cares? You had wins. Thanks to Matt Prater's magic leg and Von Miller and that amazing defense for getting very timely turnovers. But you got the win. I'll give you that. So, Jets traded for you. The one game you had a possibility to start, you were inactive. That was the first sign. Should have just asked for your release there. But I don't know why the Jets did this trade. I mean, they didn't really trade much for him. I don't know why they did it. I thought maybe they'd use him in the Wildcat, do a run to the left, run to the right, play action, do some nonsense over the middle. I thought a very big acquisition for the Jets was drafting Stephen Hill. He reminded me a lot of Demaryius Thomas, but very raw. Very raw Demaryius Thomas. He's very big, he's physical. He can get up over men. So I thought that would be a very good fit for Tim Tebow. But I regress, because it obviously did not work out. Tim Tebow, I think you have about 7 attempts all year. It's really, really depressing, I feel for you. And you have not asked for a trade yet. That's your words. But I'm pretty sure that the Jets are going to part ways with you, as well as Mark Sanchez. And for the best part, the next man in line. None other than the 7th round pick out of Alabama, national champion, Greg McElroy. That's right. Jet fans, that is just started for the next 2 games. This is his tryout to see if he's worth bringing back next year. Now, Greg McElroy, that game against Arizona, he came in 5 for 7, 29 yards, and he had the game-winning touchdown. That was the only touchdown of the game. They won 7-6. And it was in the 4th quarter. It was very clutch. I was proud of him. I knew in the draft he would be a pretty decent quarterback. He's a very good game manager, Trent Dilfer type. Even at Alabama, he didn't have that many yards. He had maybe 20 touchdowns, but only 4 picks. I believe in the championship year, he had 20 touchdowns and 4 picks. Or maybe the year after. That is pretty good efficiency to me. I don't care how many yards you get. If you don't turn the ball over as a quarterback, you will win ball games. And I don't see him turn the ball over. Maybe he's not used to the NFL speed, but once he gets used to that speed, I think he'll be a very good game manager. And you have a run game for this type of football. I think you guys have wanted to be like the Steelers for a very long time. And you can do that. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger, he's a great quarterback, but he is mostly a game manager. He's just very good at it. And he has great receivers, and he can throw the deep ball very well. Greg McElroy, not so much on the deep ball, but very accurate. So, you were getting the start this week against the Chargers. Very good against the run. So, I expect you to have a lot of short passes, maybe get San Diego in his zone so you can get the running game going, get some play action. I'm expecting this. I would hope for it for you, Greg McElroy, because I'm a fan. I'm a fan. But in case that doesn't pan out, you have to have other solutions. And I thought about this. The recent news is that Michael Vick is probably going to come to the Jets next year. It looks like it. Not positive, not 100%. But sources say that's probably what's going to happen. The Jets are going to talk to him, and the Eagles are going to part ways with him because they're going to stick with Nick Foles. And I honestly don't see this going very well for the Jets. I mean, they have a pretty good offensive line, but it's going to take a while for them to get used to Michael Vick's style of play, running around, scrambling, all that. And I think by the time they get used to him, he's going to get hurt. When was the last time Michael Vick has played a full season? It's really been a while. And I don't even know if he's played a full season once. Maybe once. but he gets hurt often, and his injuries are very painful. I've had a lot of them. Not fun. And another option I was thinking about was maybe trading for Alex Smith. I don't think the 49ers need him anymore. I think they're going to stick with Kaepernick for who knows how long. And I think Alex Smith is easily on the market. You might want to take a shot at him. I think he's a born-again leader. He knows what it feels like to be really low, but he has improved himself so greatly that I think he's one of the better game managers of our NFL right now. So that's a possibility. I don't know what you'd have to trade for him, but I think it would be a pretty good fit because I think he would work well in the Jets' offense because he didn't have much to work with in San Fran. I mean, Crabtree, Randy Moss, who's like 50, and Vernon Davis, who hasn't been doing much except blocking and a good running game. And he doesn't have a job anymore. So I think that's a possibility. So if that doesn't work out, I looked at the draft. You have Geno Smith out of West Virginia. He's probably be gone in the top 10. If the draft were to happen today, the Jets would have the 14th selection. So Geno Smith, he's projected to go in the top 10. He's out. Matt Barkley out of USC. He's projected to go in the top 25. It's very possible that he might slide down to 14. I personally don't think it will happen because you have teams that a lot of teams in this league really need a quarterback bad, and I'm sure someone will take a shot at Matt Barkley. I don't know if the front office wants to trust another USC quarterback. Sorry, Mark. And the third quarterback is Tyler Wilson out of Arkansas. I really think this kid has a high upside. I think he's a very good pocket presence quarterback, and I think he's a very smart quarterback. He makes good decisions. Struggled a couple of times. A couple of games I watched, he wasn't too hot, but I really think he knows how to lead a drive. I've seen him lead drives before, and I was very impressed. So I do have high upside in you, Tyler. Now, I have one other option. How possible would it be for the Jets to make a trade for none other than Michigan State's Kirk Cousins? It would be dumb for the Redskins to get rid of him, honestly. Is it a possibility? Yes, there is. But I highly doubt they will because RG3, similar to Michael Vick, has been hurt twice already. He just came back from a concussion very early. He didn't miss a game from that. But that leg injury, that was pretty brutal. I saw that a lot of times. Didn't get prettier. And I really think Kirk Cousins will have a very solid career if he had a chance to be a starter. I don't think you'll be seeing the 300 yards, here comes the light kind of quarterback we saw against the Browns. But I think he would be a solid quarterback. I think you could see games like that, but I wouldn't expect it on a regular basis. So I'm trying to figure out what you might trade for him. Maybe a third round, fourth round. I don't know if I do a third, maybe a fourth. But there are a lot of options. That's what the front office is there for. And, I mean, I think it's about time to get rid of Mark Sanchez along with Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan has to go. He put his reputation on the line with Mark Sanchez. If Mark Sanchez is going, I think Rex Ryan needs to go too. Either that or ask him to be defensive coordinator. If he could be defensive coordinator, that would be amazing. But until then, we will have recent updates about this, the Jets, other football, basketball, baseball, hockey, probably not hockey. No season as of right now. But if you have any topics you'd like for me to talk about, you want for me to say anything, if I missed something, you have anything you want to tell me, leave a comment below, subscribe. We'll have a lot of videos coming out smooth. Effect reviews coming at you. Stay classy.